Welcome back, everyone. Thank you guys for coming back to another YouTube video. This video is going to be a combination between 160 to 1000, and then I'm also going to give you guys a short glimpse of an update based on my second account that I've created, and I've scaled it from 975 and it's up to $1,800 now. So I'm going to give you a rundown briefly at the end. Let's start with well, thank you guys again. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you guys want me to go over, and also join the Telegram, not Telegram, join the Discord. I got a Discord link in the bio that I pretty much give you guys my analysis on trades on a weekly basis, just based on what I anticipate happening. And then I also share my ideas for when if I'm gonna get into market or not. Literally right when I'm like about to, I drop it, right? But yeah, let's get into Mark Douglas quote like always. I'll go with we can't experience something that we don't know. Okay, so I've been reading a lot about I think this chapter it consisted mo mainly about our perception, our perception of reality, building a framework for understanding ourselves. So in this chapter, he says the perception and the experience have to match up because we can't experience something that we do not know about yet, unless we are open to the possibility that what we believe might be very limiting in relationship to what the environment is offering. So, right off the bat, I can tell you guys that being closed-minded, like I used to be closed-minded in the way that I trade. For 6 years, I was trading in a way that was not profitable. Like it just didn't have an outcome where it would ever be profitable because I never had a consistent system. And now that I've had a lot of experience in business, the communication industry, such as insurance sales and I understand risk management way more than I did before. Obviously, risk management is the most important thing when it comes to any business and most importantly, finance, especially if you're an independent contractor in finance and you're not getting, W-2 pay. You have to uh nurture your gains or your profit and loss. You have to nurture that and scale your equity on a level to where it makes sense based on risk and profit. So, um I think what changed for me within the past 6 years so that I started getting, becoming profitable, over the last like month, I've actually started becoming profitable, versus the past 6 years, mainly due to my risk management. And I was very close-minded based on how I was trading. I was just literally trading just to get that huge win. And once I get the huge win, I would literally gamble the huge win as if, and it'll just disintegrate. That's pretty much what happened. So I became more open-minded and I started taking the approach of other people in the industry who are successful and have the things that I want. So they educated me based on, a lot of ways that they work on their risk management because risk management again is like the most important factor. You can have a 10% win rate and still be profitable with the right risk management, essentially. So, um, that's pretty much that. Risk management is key, and that's what when I became open-minded to risk management, with my equity, that's when things started changing for me. And just being honest with myself and also utilizing my edge um on like higher time frames, if that makes sense, is also what helped me based on, yeah. So I want to start sharing my screen now. I want to jump right into the $160 account and then show you guys what everything looks like. I'll also pull up my trade locker for that account as well so that we can take a look at the trades that I've been in. All right, sharing now. All right, so first we're going to take a look at Trade TradeZella. So this is TradeZella. Now, while we're looking at TradeZella, you can see that this is an account that I've had for a while. So I've had this account since either January this year or maybe December last year. So you can see that's why again the P&L is at negative 2050 or 574, which is fine because again, we have an equity curve, and as you can see, we're starting to trend up, which means that we're going to be back in the green, but it's going to take us some time. I'm not going to over risk and over leverage the account just to get back to break even or, you know, dig myself out the hole. I'm going to use proper risk management and get myself back out of the hole plus more and then just take off from there. Uh, as of right now, just real fast, if we go back to part one, you can see part one started at June 6th of 2025. So this is when I started the 160 to $1,000 challenge for myself. And just a brief update so that you guys know where we're at right now. I didn't blow the account, but the account fell short of 160 this week. This week right here, you can see I took a lot of L's and only had one winning day of $9. So the following week, I had to replenish and put money in there so that it came back to 160. So once that happened, the following week after this one, you can see I started gaining, I started making income or my profits were more than, I was profiting more than I was losing, essentially. And then we had a week where, there was a negative 82, negative 3. Let's check out July. Now you can see July started taking off, picking up, picking up. And then also this week right here that just passed, you can see was also a good week as well. Like it wasn't like as good as I wanted it to be, but it was still a good week. We ended up in profit. So it's been consistent profits. This is the other account. So let me go back to the first account and then I'll share with you guys the 160 account so you can see. Um, I don't know why this. Okay. All right. So this is the $160 account to 1,000. Now you can see the balance is at $427. So with it being at $427, you can see closed positions or trades, positions, order history. Is it? We should be able to one of these. It's better on the phone, but because I hardly use the computer. Um, Not trades. I'm trying to see where it allows us to like filter out the week. Okay, here it is. So obviously didn't trade today. That's why the profit is zero. If I click on this week, we made $147. So if we made $147 this past week, that means we're taking $427 minus 147. That means we started off the week at 280. So we brought the account from 280 to 427. That increase right there is from 280, the increase from 280 to 427. Return on investment is 50%. So that's more than 50% that we've increased by over this past week. And then if we look at, I don't know if the month, yeah, the month 260. So from 160, let me see. Yeah, well, yeah, 260. So the increase in value from which is over the span of 1, 2, 3, 4. Over the span of a month, pretty much, we're doing from 160 to 427. That's 166% increase of a return on investment, which is better than real estate in my opinion. But if people have other opinions or other results that they can show with making, 166% return on your investment into real estate, then comment below. but if not, then my opinion just stays relevant. And that is pretty much how we're looking so far. So we're almost halfway there to $1,000, which is big. Because once we bring the account from 427 to 1,000, then I can help you guys understand why I posted this. Well, there's a couple of things that I posted today. So I posted this right here, and then I posted this guy who was trolling me, saying he hit me up out of nowhere. Damn kid, you are dumb AF. Damn kid, you are dumb AF. How much lower can your IQ be for following Forex scammers? Keep trying to sell that insurance, you effing idiot. Okay. Well, I mean, you know how they say if you don't have haters and stuff like that, then you're doing something wrong. So is he hating chat? Comment. In the comments, drop in the comments down below, is this guy hating? Boo. Next, you got me here. I'll explain this game plan once I hit 160 to 1K on this account. I'm basically halfway there. I put 417. I actually meant 427. I forgot to look at the account's equity, so just scratch that. Instead of 417. It is 427. As you can see here, it is at 427. Um, my mistake. Next, I want to, oh, and then guys, just follow me. My account is Trend with Ant. And next, what I want to go over with you guys is going to be the other account. So this is the other account. My other account is where I started $975. So I started this second account with $975. $975. So if I'm starting the account off at $975, which is this month, right? I started it off this month because June, it's blink. Um, we could see that it's blink. I hope we can see that it's blink. So if we see that this account is blank, June means I initially started trading here because I didn't have anything. I pulled all my money out of this account when I came off of it, and it was like I was on it for only a couple months, maybe like only 1 month this year. I opened it up. I opened this account up in May of this year, and I was like down by like $80. You can see the L's. I obviously worked on my system and everything else, my mental and my risk management since then. So I felt more confident in the way that I trade, and I've been more grounded in the way that I trade. So as you can see, I opened up this account and I put I deposited 975. So since I deposited 975, I'm also on that calendar that I posted on my Instagram account. I have pretty much like the benchmarks. So from the value of 975, I went from 975 to 1448, which is 1448, which is a 48% increase. And then the value from 1448 the following week, I brought the account's equity from 1448 to 1819. So 1819. As you can see, the account's equity is at well, I have to change it first. Hold up. All right. All right, here it is. It's loading. So now you can see 1819 is where the equity's at, which is about a 25.62% return um on investment. So our ROI. I thought it was higher than that. So I'm gonna have to actually work more on that idea trading plan. Either way, I'm gonna release information about that after I hit 1,000 on that first initial account from 160. But for now, I just want to let you guys know I have a second account that I've opened, and you can see that it's only been about 2 weeks, and I've already made $929, which is very boring on this account. But it's still good, you know. It's there's not many places where you can put, your money and pretty much make 25% in like a week. Or what is that? if we were to calculate in total, not just 1 week, but if we were to calculate from the value of 975 to where it's at now, that's an 86% return on investment. So it's like where else can you just pull money almost virtually from the sky and say, hey, I just dumped money 2 weeks ago or almost 2 weeks ago? Because as you can see, I started what is this? I don't know. It says zero trade, $0 here, but I guess I dumped 975 here, traded, and then probably took profit here. So what is that? Almost 2 weeks, right? Almost 2 weeks. I put money into an account. I traded with it, and then I made an 86% return on my investment. So it's like, where else are you seeing those type of returns? And with like no, literally no physical labor, you're just thinking. That's really all you're doing. And you're using proper risk management, you're using your edge, and you're taking advantage of what you know, right? You're taking advantage of your edge. Then you're evaluating the trade, making sure it makes sense, making sure if it doesn't make sense, you don't take it. You are disciplined and you're accepting the risk. That's pretty much it. Uh, as you can see, equity curve, which is what I've been literally telling everybody about. Um, I mean, if nobody believes in equity curves and stuff like that, I mean, that really has nothing to do with me. But as you can see, my equity curve is going up and it's only going to go up from here. It's not going to go down. I don't intend on moving backwards at all. Um, and yeah, I do call out these trades in my Discord. So the link is in my bio. If it's free, if you guys are open to the Discord, join. If you're not open to it, don't join. I don't care. And profits are still going to be moving, but this is what I wanted to update you guys on. And what I also wanted to do is I mean, it's not Sunday, it's Saturday, but I'll still mark up with you guys. I'm open to showing you guys what I anticipate on happening for the next week. So let's dive into what could potentially happen next week. Every time I start off my week, I'm always gonna unclick everything and then start off fresh. So the way that I'm gonna start off fresh is click on watch list. One update that I did implement into my system is I think it was this. I clicked on this and then I created a new list. So creating a new list allowed me to open this pretty much right here, created this right here. It's my A plus plus list or bucket, whatever you want to call it. So again, I have active positions for the trades that I'm actively participating in. I have a waiting entry, which is green for potential ideas that are most likely going to happen during the week, right? During the same week. And then red is going to be not ready because it might be in a phase where it's not ready now, but it might be ready next week. So those are red. And then the new list that I just created, which is that money emoji A plus plus, which is going to be typically my A plus plus setups. Those are what's giving me my the biggest return on my investment. So if let's say for example I'm trading and whatever the account's equity is that I don't really want to think about it right now, but let's just say I'm using proper risk management, 5% on the account is $50. That's probably I think that's like $1,000 equity account. I don't know. I use a calculator for that so that I don't have to really think about it. But yeah, let's say I'm trading whatever account, maybe $1,000 and I'm doing 5% of XYZ equity, and then it turns out to be $50, right? If I'm risking $50, I want to make sure that I'm able to get uh more than $50. Like I don't want to do a one-to-one. I'm gonna look for a better risk to reward. So I would at least go for a 1-to-3. Instead of going for I risk 50 for $50, I would go for at least I risk 50 for 150 just in case the next two trades that I take, I'm still gonna be profitable. Make sense? Perfect. So yeah, that is what I do, and that's what's helped me the most. And it's a no-brainer, and it's bulletproof. And I think you should use it in your strategy. And your strategy does not have to be any way, shape, or form correlated to my strategy for you to be profitable. As long as you have somewhat of an edge in the market, in my opinion, or in my opinion, I think that you should be profitable. I don't give out, I'm not an advisor, not a financial advisor. I don't give out, this stuff is just for educational purposes only, but I am not a financial advisor. Disclaimer. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, I'm still gonna get into this so that you guys know A plus plus setups are what gives me, I would say maybe like 1 to 6s and up, like 1 to 6 and up, or like literally just clean setups where I know like this is like an 85% win rate. But yeah, that's what I created and it's right here. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna delete all of this and we're just gonna start from AUD CAD and then go down from AUD CAD. So if I do remove all drawings, we're gonna look at the daily time frame. If we look at the daily time frame, we can see that the overall move is bearish. The overall move is bearish because we can see that there is a mm, I would consider this as the high and I would consider this as a low. So price can have a potential sell opportunity to take this low out. Obviously not overnight, but that's just how I look at the market. But at the same time, you can also look at the market where there's daily like lows and highs uh being moved around. So you see that this got broken and then now we got lower highs, higher lows, uh lower lows and lower highs, and then now we got some type of break here. Now the 4 hour might be in confluence with this daily time frame, but we'll have to look and take, a better look. Now we can see that 4 hour came from here, 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 broke structure, and then came there. So I would say that we should mark this out. This is not really like the risk to reward here doesn't seem like it'll be good, but only reason why I'd say it'll be good is if it comes to like this area right here, which I don't see happening. If we go down to like the 1 hour, 30 minute, 15 minute, there's probably, you see there's like an imbalance here. I mean, it might be worth trading if we get price to come down here, but I'm still gonna do the 50% just in case. Next is, so this is one trade idea, and I'll put along just so that I know what direction I'm looking for throughout the week. I really don't take too long to mark up. Next, I'm gonna put this as yellow, so this is gonna be something that we're gonna look out for. Uh, Active position, not yellow. I meant green, so green. GBP AUD. So GBP AUD, I'm gonna remove 9 drawings. Now we're gonna look at the daily time frame. Daily time frame is indicating, honestly, if price were to close beneath this low right here, I would say that we're definitely bearish, but we haven't gone there yet. However, if we look at the 4 hour time frame, we can clearly see that we're in a downtrend, but it's not really that much there's not really that much going on here. I'll just drag this alert down to this area right here, and I will say that we can probably look for some smaller time frame opportunity here for possible 1 to 3. This will remain green. Next, we'll look at, first of all, US 30 paid out the most last week. although there were L's that were taken, this past week, you can see that US 30 came in clutch. You can see US 30 paid out 490, and you can see US 30 paid out 240, 247 this past week. And you can see, look at the RR. Um, it, I mean, I could have held. I could have held, but I didn't because I wanted to secure profits. I wanted to lock in profits to get to 1,000 as quick as possible. Um, or 2,000 as quick as possible because we're almost there. We're at 1,800. And but you can see this was a 1 to 6 R trade. So a risk to reward of 1 to 6 for that long that I took on US 30. The long that I took on US 30, I recommended on or I not recommended. Hmm. I gave you guys an idea of US 30. And the idea that I shared with you guys on US 30 was right here. I said, hey, this is like a 1 to 6 risk to reward, and it's worth it. And I did a coin flip, and look, it played out. So yeah, that's what I capitalized on once price came over here. I sent both in the Discord, both of them. So in total, that is a profit of, I mean, where it's at now, it's like 1 to 3, so it's like a 1 to 9, 1 to 10 with both of these combined, or 2 to 10. Tip, yeah, 2 to 10. Overall, though, I do believe that US 30 selling because the 4 hour time frame has shifted from bullish to bearish. I don't think I'm going to be participating as of right now. Maybe once price breaks this structure and closes bearish, I might get a retest maybe into this area or not, which is fine. But as of right now, I don't see any reason to enter, so I'm just gonna make it red and then drag it down. Next is going to be gold. So I'm still waiting for gold to head into this area. I've already helped you guys understand why I marked this off. I do believe that price is bearish just for the fact that the daily internal structure looks bearish. However, even though we are ultimately bullish, there's a lot of imbalance here and imbalance here. So I think before we even want to go up, we're gonna and break all-time highs, we're probably gonna want to retest some imbalance to push price back up. So I think with the internal direction on the daily time frame looking bearish and the 4 hour also ultimately looking bearish, I do believe that uh we're gonna see some opportunity around here to get in for the sell and take out this low around the price of 31.20. And so I'm gonna keep this here, and I'm probably gonna make this one. I'm for sure gonna make it green, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add it to that new list that I created, which is right here. I don't know why these are still here. Um, hold up. I mean, these are definitely green, but what is this doing here? What is this doing here? And what is this doing here? All right, next is GBP cat. So if we take a look at the daily time frame, clearly we can see that the daily time frame is, I mean, it seems bearish, ultimately bearish. Definitely seems like it would be ultimately bearish because price never closed above this high right here, which is important. And but if we go on the 4 hour time frame, we can see that we are bearish. So what I would do in this case is I would get this high right here, get this low right here, and then I'd put that right there. And then I would look for shorts during the week. Next is this is green. Now, I disagree to have these in this A plus, and I disagree to have this in the A plus section. I do agree with having the gold in the A plus section though. Okay. I mean, it's not bad. This idea it completely collapsed during the week when I called this one out. And for some reason I got emotional about this trade. So once I got emotional about the trade, I was just like, look, texted in the Discord. I was like, hey guys, like I got emotional about this trade. I don't know what's going on. My head is just not here. I was pretty much just saying that. And I was just like, look, I'm just gonna exit. Um, happens, right? We're all a person at the end of the day. Like we make mistakes and stuff like that. I just don't think it was a fully thought through trade idea. So yeah, unfortunately, I shouldn't have took it, but I still did. And came to my senses. Didn't really take much of a long time for me to come to my senses to just say, you know what, let me just exit this trade and let me just let them know I'm exiting this trade too, because it just didn't align with my or sit right with me. I lost I lost hope in the trade. Yeah, I don't think GBP I mean the daily time frame is showing bullish, but 4 hour time frame screaming bearish, and it does have to come into, I mean not have to, but I foresee GBP JPY coming into this location here, and we'll see what happens. So I'm gonna make this red just because we have to wait for price to go also bullish for the 4 hour time frame. Right now it's bearish, and yeah. AUD JPY, let me clear this out and show you guys that we are bullish. Since we're bullish on the daily time frame, we're going to look at the 4 hour time frame. 4 hour time frame indicates that we are also bullish. Now, with the 4 hour time frame indicating that we're bullish, we're going to take this from here, take that right there, and then we are putting that there. I mean, it doesn't look like it'll give us much. I'm actually going to move this here, but I'll just make that one green. Obviously, if it's bullish, I'm going to consider taking longs, but still gotta wait, see what price does. NAS 100, um, all-time highs. This was known for picking up at all-time highs or touching all-time highs, and we'll see what happens next. I mean, the daily is definitely bullish. 4 hour time frame is also screaming bullish, but I do anticipate price heading into this area right here. This is definitely where I would consider we look, or I'm gonna be looking for buys around this area because the daily is bullish, the 4 hour is bullish, and I would target, I would definitely target here. So I would look for buys in this area somewhere down here, targeting here. Get somewhere. Hopefully we can get, excuse me, a good indication of buyers in the market that want to push price up in that area. I think this is a really good not active. I'd make this green and then I'm gonna add this one to the A plus plus. I think this is more than likely gonna happen. Then CAD JPY is bullish on the daily time frame, and this is the low, this is the high. 4 hour time frame is from here to here. But if we look at the 1 hour, if we look at the 30 minute, if we look at the 15 minute, we can see that there's an imbalance right here. So I would recommend that if we're looking at this, I would say my idea of this would be to look for some sort of entry point at that price point. And I would personally make this green. Not only would I make this green, it'll go to my watch list. A plus plus setup. Then I would look at USD JPY, and then on the daily time frame, I would be looking at the daily structure. Daily structure is indicating bullish pressure. Not really too interested in trading this anymore because I mean, although price is moving probably to where is this at? 148.648. That's probably where we're going. I mean, we can possibly get a pullback, like a retracement, and then heading into there, but it's just too much risk involved. So I'm really not looking forward to taking on any, like, I don't want to get into a habit of taking those type of risky setups. Euro AUD looks definitely bullish overall. If we look at the internal daily time frame, we can see that we shifted from daily bullish movements to bearish internally. And then we can also see that we have, I mean, this kind of looks like internal liquidity. It doesn't have to be, or, I mean, yeah. So ultimately, if price wanted to, it could come into this 50, right? 50% and do exactly what you guys think, sell off. Or it could come to this area since there's also some 4 hour imbalance. I would respect this one more than I respect the other one. And I would definitely count this as a plus plus setup. This is a 1 to 7, maybe, right? Because you have to wait until price does what it does in that location. Then you've got AUD, NZD. AUD, NZD is showing bullish momentum. Now we're bullish this time round. We're bullish on the daily time frame. 4 hours also indicating bullish momentum. And it doesn't seem like this is going to be an A plus plus setup because of the risk to reward. So I don't know if I would be interested, but I'm still gonna put an alert here and I'm gonna make this one green. GBP, CHF. Oh, let me make sure that we understand my direction. Make it easier for myself during the week. And then we got bearish momentum, 4 hour time frame, bearish momentum, daily time frame. But even though we are, even though we're, hmm, wow, I guess we are daily, we are bullish on the daily time frame. But 4 hour time frame, we would be looking at, this is GBP CHF. 4 hour time frame, we're looking at this high to this low. And then we're gonna do this right here. But I'm also considering this high since there's some imbalance. I ran out of alerts. Wow, that's crazy work. Okay, let me see if I can get some alerts from somewhere else. GBP USD, any alerts? No alerts. Any alerts? No alerts. Any alerts? There's an alert right here. I want to use this alert for GBP CHF. So if I use this for GBP CHF, we're looking for a sell here. I would consider this one a perfect A plus plus setup. Hopefully we get this one. It might be the trade of the week. This is like a perfect um setup, honestly. at least for the way that I trade. NZDJPY shows bullish is, let me just make sure that there's no alerts. I mean, there is alert for US 30, 4 hour time frames, bearish. I'm gonna delete this right here. I don't know why this is here. I'm gonna delete this one too. I really don't really care about US 30 right now because 4 hour is gonna have to close beneath the low before I'm gonna consider it. NZD JPY. Let me just check out GBP JPY. Okay, USD JPY. NZD JPY daily is definitely indicating bullish momentum. 4 hour time frames also indicating bullish momentum. Now for the area of interest, we're looking at this high and low, 1 hour time frame, 30-minute time frame, uh 15-minute time frame. I see a lot of imbalance down here, but that doesn't mean that price, wouldn't come here and then create new highs from this area of interest. So I would keep this one in mind, and I'm probably gonna have to upgrade my membership. I can still use this alerts app, but I just really like when everything's all in the same spot. I want to do NZDJPY as potentially, you know, potentially a plus plus setup because there's a chance that price can come into this area right here and then create a new high up here. GBP USD is not bullish on the 4 hour time frame yet. Um, and who knows if it is gonna go bullish. USD is selling off, so that means US dollar is going bullish and US dollar has to go bullish typically until this area right here. There's literally this whole area right here. And then that can indicate whether we're still going to continue going up or if we're going to just slam down. I'm not going to look for any buys really unless, um, for GBP at least until the dollar has came to this price point. And I'll make this one red. This could move here. This could move here. Euro USD. I'm looking for Euro USD to come to at least this point here. So I'll do, I mean, DX pretty much the same thing as GBP USD. So, um, what I'll do is, man, GBP USD. You know what? What is this? NZD USD. Fair enough. Excuse me. What I'll do is I'll just put this in my alerts because I have an alerts app. I don't have to use the alerts on TradingView. I can just use it on this alerts app. Price 15,862 on euro dollar. So that's 15,862. So 15,862. That is perfect. Perfect alert. I'm making this. I don't think price would get here this week, so I'm gonna keep this red. But I still have the alert there. USD CHF and NZD USD is still gonna have an alert on my phone because I think I ran out of alerts here. I got one more, I guess. I can't do another one. Yeah, this is my last alert. Um, hmm. This is the daily time frame. 4 hour time frame is indicating bearish. If price closes above here, then cancel this out. So I'm gonna cancel this alert, and this is gonna be red. I'm not interested in trading this week. Um, NZD USD. This indicates buy. We are currently looking at this as bearish. So 4 hour time frame is currently bearish. So there's a possibility you can catch a sell here, but it looks too consolidated. I'm gonna keep this red. Euro JPY is bullish. Daily's also bullish. So 4 hours bullish, daily's bullish. Um, 4 hour time frame. Let's do only interested if price comes to this point right here. Here. Then I will put this as an A plus plus in my A plus plus bucket, and we'll go from there. This is definitely going to be green. Shifted to A plus plus. GBP NZD is the last one. And I did want to take this trade. I was in it again like 2 weeks ago, and then, or a week ago actually. I was in this trade when we were up here. I anticipated a sell off, but price wicked me out. I got back in, felt uncomfortable, and then price started tanking once I got out. So that's pretty much how this went. I am no longer interested in trading this right now. I'll keep it red. It's a no. Not trading BTC USD. I'm gonna just remove it. DXY. I'll still keep track of. So that's it, everyone. That's it. If you guys have any questions, comment, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys for watching and supporting. Hope you guys learned something from this. Comment below what you guys think about that Mark Douglas quote that I shared with you guys today. Mainly about I think it was about perception. And join the Discord so that you guys can, look at these and learn from these trading ideas that I share with you guys in the Discord on a weekly basis. And I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. I hope you guys had a great 4th of July. I know it was a minute ago. Um, and if nobody's hating on you, you're doing something wrong. So always remember that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. I'll keep you guys posted on these accounts, like I always do. Follow the Instagram account. I also post updates on how that's going. Typically, like if I'm even if I'm red, I'll still post it on my Instagram account. Um, if I'm green, also posting a lot of times, just to keep everybody up to date. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys have a great trading week. And yeah, thanks for watching.